Hey, what's going on, NGT community? It's Guns for Hire from NextGenTactics. It's Friday, and it's another episode of Ask the 8-Ball. This is a Q&A, question and answer type weekly series where our fans and viewers, subscribers, friends of NGT basically ask me anything they want, and I try to answer them as honestly as possible. Obviously, certain things I won't answer if it's too personal or it just freaks me out. But anyway, so I look at basically the last video and I look at the questions and I see which ones have the most thumbs up and the ones basically that most of you are sort of curious about, and I try and answer those. So I looked at the last one, and by the way, in order to post a question here on the 8-Ball, you need to add us as friends. And some of you are like, how do I add you as friends? This is, unless you're really new to YouTube, it's not hard. Go on our main channel, NextGenTactics channel, and beside our name it'll say send friend request. That's what it is. And you're not adding us on friends as on PSN or Xbox Live or anything, because quite frankly all of our friends lists are full, and a lot of them are friends and people and long time sort of fans that likely we won't delete. So the chances of you getting on there, you'll just get blocked. I mean, you won't even be able to add us. If some of you have added, that's the way it is. And quite frankly, as you guys know, the amount of videos we put out, really it's hard for us to have the time to play with everyone. That's why we used to have set times for, you know, play with us sort of type things where we had contests and then we would just play some games and everything like that. And we should have one of those sometime in the future, but it's just been really hectic, and this year is crazy with new games coming out. So anyway, remember, if you want to ask us questions about anything to do with NextGenTactics or myself personally, then, you know, send us a friend request from the main channel, subscribe, and then ask away. And then if everyone else has the same questions, if you see a question, remember in the comments, if you already see a question that you want answered, give it a thumbs up, because if I see 6 million, like, I'm not going to look through all of them. I basically look for the ones with the thumbs up. So the best way to get something that you're curious about answered is to give someone else's question a thumbs up, okay? That's the easiest way. I'm not looking at who it is that's asking, I'm just looking at the question. So if you want it answered, definitely do it that way. Now, the first question I'm going to answer is, and I don't know if this one was answered before, but it's a quick answer anyway, was, do you shampoo your beard? Yes, I do shampoo it. As a matter of fact, I use conditioner too. It's the first thing I wash, because I mean, obviously I don't have any hair, so there's no point in shampooing, although I do put shampoo on my scalp just to condition it, you know, keep it nice and moist and healthy so I don't get dandruff. I wear a lot of black. If I have dandruff, that's not good. You know what I mean? So anyway, yes, I do shampoo it, I condition it, and I put the conditioner in, I leave it in while I'm having the rest of my shower. That way when I wash it out, it's silky and smooth. Because if I don't do it, you know, whiskers, you know, beard whiskers are really wiry, and it would end up being like an afro on my chin. So I need it to be smooth so that I can form it. You know what I mean? I know. Anyway, let's not go on to that that question too much. All right, tour of the gaming area. I'm gonna nail this one really quick. I'm not gonna do it this time, but I will do it. I promise. Oh, I shouldn't promise. I will try to do it next time. The reason why I'm not going to show you this time is because I'm actually setting something up, and I'm in the midst of clearing out, oh, like I think the color changed on the video. Whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm in the midst of clearing out my space that I work in to add another feature to the videos, and hopefully that'll be up and running. I've been procrastinating doing it for quite some time now, but I definitely will, because of this, I'll get it set up, and that way I can show you. But I probably won't show you the rest of the house, because my 3 kids make a disaster of it constantly. No matter how much we clean it up, like an hour later, it's like the toy box exploded and there's friggin' stuff all over the place, and you're just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Can we see, and here's another question. This one was actually asked in a few of the last 3 episodes. Can we see a picture of you with hair? And can we see a picture of Pam? Pam is my wife, by the way. She goes by the name of Maylace on PSN. Her friends list is full as well. But she's primarily playing with girl gamers now, and she's all loving it, and it's all like this social club for her. So the likelihood of you getting accepted into her realm of friends, unless you have ovaries, is probably very slim. Anyway, so I'll pop up a picture, I'll show you it, and now just remember, this is a picture of Pam and myself before we had kids. So this is when we were first kind of met, and it's really the only picture I know of where I actually have hair. I've always had really short hair. I've never really grown it long at all. It's either been really short or shaved. Always. That's just the way it always has been for me. But here's a picture right here. Yes. So here's a picture of me when I have hair, and Pam, my wife, you know, her hairstyle's changed a little bit. It's a little more funky now. Her hair is more like the rock singer Pink or whatever. So she has a little bit more spiky. And some douchebags are always, you know, she's a girl. She's sensitive to these things, and she doesn't like putting her picture out there. But like, you know, she has short hair now, and they're like, oh, you're a dyke or whatever. And those people get instantly blocked because, number one, it's my wife. So if you're going to trash talk it, you get blocked, you get deleted, and then you can GTFO. Boo! Because I don't tolerate that. You show a little respect, you get a little respect back. Anyway, and I don't understand if it's not really long hair, whatever. Let's not go on. Anyway, that was a picture of Pam and myself a few years ago when we first met. And another question is, where did the name Guns for Hire come from? All right. One, it was actually, well, here's the thing, and this is, she'll argue this till she goes blue in the face. Pam says that my wife says that she came up with the name, which she did, but only part of the name. She came up with the name as it's spelled right now, and there's a reason why it's spelled like that. The actual Guns for Hire name, I believe I came up with, however, it was taken, and so Pam said, well, why don't you do this? And here's the thing. I'm actually a fan, well, I'm a fan of a lot of types of music. But at the time, I did listen to Marilyn Manson, back from the days of Portrait of an American Family, you know, earlier stuff. And there's a song in there, I think it's called Get Your Gun or whatever. But gun is actually spelled G-U-N-N. And there's a reason why it's G-U-N-N. G-U-N-N is not actually meant to be a gun as in a weapon, but it's Dr. Gun. And back in the day, and I don't know when it was somewhere in the US, maybe 60s or 70s, maybe, I could be off, but Dr. Gun, and I don't have his first name, you could probably Google this, was an actual medical doctor who performed abortions, and he was killed by pro-lifers, which is ironic, and that's the whole point of it, and why Marilyn Manson was kind of, he always talked about it, because it's hypocritical of these people. These, you know, those people that hold up the signs, no, they have life, and I'm not taking either side, I'm just saying, you know, like they protest abortion clinics, and they say, you know, they have life, you're killing a life, you have no right to do so, and these people are protesting. Well, this crazy group of protesters, pro-lifers as they're called, because they're for life and against abortion, went and killed Dr. Gun. So these people are talking and chanting about, it's a life, you have no right to take a life, and then they go and kill, they take the life of the doctor. Yes, he's taking, you know, he's performing abortions, but these pro-lifers who are supposed to be, you know, we, you know, respect all life no matter what, blah, blah, and then they go and kill someone. Really doesn't make sense. Shows how crazy some people are. Doesn't matter what it's just like they wanted to be there and we're going to chant and then we're going to go and kill 6 million animals because actually we're really crazy. So anyway, Pam thought it would be fun, and I agreed, obviously, to use G-U-N-N for the gun part, Guns for Hire. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to say Guns for Hire, as in you could hire me and go and rip out all these things that you don't want from there, you know what I mean, these kids, and destroy them. That's the way I kind of looked at it that way, so it was kind of fun. It's a little sick, granted, but anyway, that's where the name Guns for Hire actually came from. I know it's a little dark, but that's the truth of it. And the final question is, was Pam, my wife, male ace, a gamer before we met? No. No. Back in the day, she played pinball, you know, that pinball wizard. She loves pinball. She still actually plays pinball on the PSN, the PlayStation Network. I forget what the heck it's called, but she plays it all the time, and she kills me in it. I don't even know how the hell, she must just be obsessed with pinball or something. But, you know, I get to, I mean, I don't play it a lot, but still, I know I'm making little excuses there. I don't play it a lot, but I get to make maybe 1 million to 2 million in points. And then she's just playing, she's like, dun, 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 dun. Next thing you know, she's at like friggin' 15 or 18 million. She just annihilates me every single time. I don't play it anymore because I like winning, and she likes to rub it in my face. So I don't play that anymore with her. But she wasn't a gamer before. I got her involved, and even when I had the PlayStation 2, the only thing that she actually used on it was watching DVDs. When the PlayStation 3 came around, I actually convinced her to play, I believe, Ratchet and Clank. She played Ratchet and Clank, and all of you should know what Ratchet and Clank is. It's the Mario Brothers, or Mario Brothers for the PlayStation. It's just a fun game, and she played it and she really liked it. You know what I mean? And it is one of the great titles for PlayStation. Very simple concept, but a lot of fun. So she's like, wow, that was actually really fun. She actually got really into it. And then I convinced her to play Uncharted. Was it Uncharted 2? No, Uncharted, the first one. I convinced her to play Uncharted. And if any of you know, Uncharted, and I'm super excited about Uncharted 3 coming out, Uncharted fully maximized, it was one of the first game titles that fully maximized the use of the PlayStation. The graphics, the fact that they filled up the Blu-ray disc, and you're talking like 25 gigs there. So it was just a tremendous, amazing display of graphics and visuals and storyline and acting. So when she played that, she was like, wow, like that was, and she finally got it. She finally got that video games have evolved since the days of Nintendo, which was fun, but, you know, girls may see it as a waste of time, to the point where it's this immersive entertainment experience. Like, it's like, instead of watching a movie, you get to control and play in the movie, because that's what Uncharted sort of brought. And when she was done playing it, she's like, holy crap, like, I really like that. Like, I want more. She started sort of saying, you know what, I really like this. I like the experience. I liked controlling it. And she got freaked out by the end. I don't know if any of you have played it with the crazy ghouls. I forget what they were. Like, they're common, almost like zombie, the monkeys and zombies. Not the space monkeys, but the crazy looking monkeys. The monkey men or whatever, you know what I mean? Those skinless things. That's what they look like in Uncharted. Anyway, she loved it. She got freaked out and she was like, wow. And then I introduced her to Call of Duty 4. And she struggled at first because, I mean, remember, she never played any video games at all. I guided her. She watched me play a lot of it because I was addicted. It was like crack to me. So I was constantly playing, and she would watch me play, and then all of a sudden she would do the same things, except she never camped, and I did. Yes, I did. I camped. And she just went out running. She was like, screw it. And that's probably why she never camps in her games. She always runs everywhere like a crazed maniac. But anyway, she started playing Call of Duty, and I think that experience with Uncharted sort of laid the foundation for her, and then Call of Duty became natural to her, and she played that for probably over 2 years straight. And now she's on Black Ops, and she loves it. I mean, she absolutely loves Call of Duty now, first-person shooters. She's guaranteed she's hooked for life on that. Anyway, that's it. That's it for the 8 Ball this week. I've rambled enough. Remember, if you want something answered, and I will do a tour of, you know, the gaming setup and everything else in here so you can actually see it. But that'll be next week. So if you want a question, if you have something that's on your mind you want answered, put it in the comments below. But remember, you gotta add us as a friend first. Send friend request on our main page. It'll take us an hour to 2 hours to accept it because we only check it once in a while, but we do check it throughout the day. Once it's accepted, then post your question, because I do go back and I approve, you know, the questions as I go through, because I do see that you're a subscriber and everything like that. But it's mainly to just sort of keep the trolls away and randoms that are just, they don't really know anything about NGT, and they're not really interested in knowing about it. They're just, you know, effing around. So I don't have time for that. I want to answer your questions. That's it. So anyway, tomorrow will be loot bag winners. I'll be picking the loot bag winners and sort of assessing to see if we need to make any changes. I think this is the last one, and then we'll determine whether or not we should continue it, or if you're interested in continuing it, because quite frankly, if you're not getting involved, then there's no point because it's a lot of work on my end as well. And by the way, the winners of the loot bag last week, I'm going to be grouping in with this. It's just so that I can place an order all at once for the t-shirts rather than doing them, you know, little bits at a time. Makes it a lot easier, but they will take 1 to 2 weeks to get to you guys. That's it. I'm GenTactics from NextGenTactics. Thanks for being part of NGT. We are growing. We're always looking to make it better. And hopefully with your feedback, not your trolling comments, but your constructive criticism. And I don't mean praise. I mean, you know, maybe you could do this better, maybe you could do that better. We're going to continue to get better because that's how we get better. You know what I mean? And we're always listening, always watching. And that's it. Peace. Hey guys, we're on Netflix! Okay, well, we're not on Netflix, but we are officially sponsored by them now. Thousands of movies and TV shows available every day at the click of a button. For a free 1-month trial membership, simply click on the link in the description, courtesy of NextGenTactics. Yeah, you're welcome.